PB's 2017 NAMM Show coverage is sponsored by Plugin Boutique, the place for music plugins.
So hi, I'm Jonas from Teenage Engineering. I'm the software lead for the OPZ, which is a new synthesizer that we're building. Is currently in development, due to be ready around September of this year. The OPZ is a little bit of a mix between our previous synthesizers, the OP1 and the pocket operators. It carries a lot of the sounds and effects from the OP1, but it's packaged around sequencing, so you do your sequencing similar to how you do on the pocket operators. So it has 16 tracks, so I'll show you like a dedicated kick track, snare, hi-hat, sampler, bass, lead, arpeggio, chord, and all of these tracks you can sequence individually. You can set the length and the speed of them. We have something we call components that you can add to a single step to tell the sequencer how to behave when it hits that step. So it could be repeating that step for a number of times. You can have ramps that like ramp the notes, random notes, glide, dividers, parameter sweeps, stuff like that. So you can add a lot of like different sequences within just 16 steps, basically. We have a nice little feature which is a tape looper, in which I can select like any of the instrumental tracks. Right now I'm selecting all the drum tracks, and then I can loop part of that recording that it recorded. It records a full bar, so I can go in and and I can add delays to that playback and filters. Stuff like that. So that's a quite nice way to break up your patterns. What you see here is the OPZ connected to the iPad via USB. We do support BLE connection as well, so you can get rid of the wires. Running on the iPad is the OPZ app. So what you've seen so far is the interface for it, to let you know what's going on the screen. But we also have some added functionality in here. One of them is like 3D graphics. So there's a separate track on the machine to sequence this type of stuff. So the parameters control like the visual elements. And the notes trigger effects. And I can control the guy dancing, so like these triggers slow him down, this speed him up. So I can record this as well. Maybe record some parameter sweeps. So for this part we're building a toolkit as well, so people can build their own graphic stuff. It's all made in Unity game engine, so the toolkit resides in there, and you hook up to the inputs from the synthesizer and connect that to your visual components. On top of that, you can also use the same toolkit to build controllers. So these are just a few proofs of concepts I've done. This one is like a filter sweep. So it feeds back into the main track parameters and does that type of stuff. I've done a simple like mixer for the different track levels, pads. But you can basically do anything you want in here. You can do your own sequencers, your own LFOs. We're not going to provide much of that like built in, but we're hoping that people will come up with crazy ideas for themselves. Another nice thing we have to get custom visuals in here is what we call the Photomatic. With this you can grab photos from the camera roll. And then just sequence that similar to how you sequence the graphics. Add effects to it. So a real simple and quick way to create motion graphics for your to go with your music, basically. On top of that, we can also sequence lights via DMX. So if you run this through a DMX interface, you can also control basically entire light rigs. So between the lights and the visuals and the music, you have like an entire live show in just one little box. So that's like the quick run through of the OPZ. It holds a lot of more functionality that we'll reveal at a later date. But it's quite a magical machine. I don't know if I said that. It's due to be released in about September.